These days, many of us live comfortable lives, but our abundant lives also leads to considerable waste. We all know our planet has limited resources. Future generations will be able to enjoy better living conditions, but only if we recycle and reuse as many resources as we can. Sanja Recycling Corporation was established with a mission to protect nature by developing ways to reuse and recycle. Chairman Wang Hui of Sanja realized that resource recycling and sustainable business practices are critical for environmental protection. Following the company's incorporation in 1975, Chairman Wang and his wife worked hard in recycling scrap iron. Filled with an entrepreneurial spirit, Wang has worked in Taiwan's environmental protection industry, diligently and pragmatically. Sanja has 3 enterprises and other affiliated companies, including Sanja Taibao Factory, Hongqing, Juqi, Chunbao, and Shengbao. Its recycling business includes scrap steel, paper, metal, household electric appliances, fluorescent lamps, vehicles, plastics, and more. Sanja is a professional environmental protection business group engaged in all-round resource recycling. To upgrade the service capacity of Sanja, operations such as records, entry records, inventory, and accounting have all been automated. The firm also has a GPS fleet management system to keep track of every waste truck. The capacity of the waste trucks reaches 50,000 tons per month. Our waste clearance operation covers all of Taiwan. Sanja is not only working hard on protecting the environment, but is also bringing new energy to the recycling industry of Taiwan. Sanja Recycling Corp. Handles scrap metal, metal cans, used metal, and factory demolitions. Sanja has 40 employees and factories that cover an area of 21,000 square meters. The company recycles around 20,000 tons per month and cooperates with over 300 recyclers across Taiwan. It is the biggest metal recycling station in southern Taiwan. Operation process. Scrap metal and metal cans are collected and sorted, then sent to the factory for the cutting and compressing processes. Loosened metal cans are sorted by a super strong magnet lifter for compression. The compressed scrap metal is then sent to a relevant unit to be smelted into metal blocks for recycling. After that, any plastic, galvanized iron, aluminum, copper, and other residue is sent to the conveyor belt for sorting, and then enters a filter bucket. By combining solid waste volume reduction and resource recycling, zero pollution can be achieved. Hongqing Recycling Enterprise Corporation was established in 1998. It has 60 employees and factories covering an area of 12,000 square meters. It mainly processes recycled household electrical appliances, IT products, and fluorescent lamps. The company is an ISO 14001 certified Level A waste disposal and treatment factory. It is also approved by the EPA to process household electrical appliances, IT products, and fluorescent lamps. Hongqing works closely with used goods dealers to build a service network throughout Taiwan. Over 200 recycling companies are currently in cooperation contracts with Hongqing. Operation process. Hongqing Recycling Enterprise Corporation recycles scrapped home appliances such as refrigerators, air conditioners, washing machines, and TVs. Hazardous substances are properly treated, and valuable resources are removed for recycling and reuse. The treatment process for home appliances mainly includes dismantling, smashing, crushing, and classifying. Refrigerants and lubricants need to be removed from refrigerators and air conditioners before dismantling. Phosphors need to be separated from TVs before they are disassembled, and these all must be properly stored and handled. Resources left over after the treatment, including copper, iron, aluminum, glass, plastic, etc., are sent to smelters, glass factories, and related recycling factories for reuse. The refrigerants are purified before being reused. Hazardous substances such as phosphorus and other unreusable wastes are further refined technically in the factory. After the purification process, high-priced metal can be extracted so as to achieve the goal of complete recycling and zero emissions. Scrapped lamps on both sides of lighting devices are cut after entering the material table. The lamps can be separated into tube glasses, tube end glasses, metal, and aluminum. The phosphorus is collected by a cyclone dust collector and processed by mercury distillation equipment to retrieve the distilled mercury for reuse. IT products. In the process of recycling IT products, the host computer will be dismantled into electronic waste, copper, iron, aluminum, plastic, and other derivatives. The electronic waste, such as IC boards, require further crushing. Purification will be processed after classification. The high-priced metal, copper, iron, aluminum, and lead can also be refined. Printers are dismantled manually into iron, plastics, electronic components, motors, and electric wires. And monitors can be dismantled into plastics, CRT, and electronic waste. The phosphorus inside the CRT needs to be removed, and the phosphorus as well as the various gases of the CRT need to be separated. At last, the glass from the CRT and other electronic waste is crushed, and the classified glass powder can be separated into glass fiber resin powders and metals such as copper, iron, aluminum, and lead. Juji Cleanup Environment Technology Corporation was established in 2004. It began recycling waste paper in July 2009, and there are now 80 employees at a 30,000 square meter plant, which includes a factory and an office building. The company mainly handles items such as abandoned vehicles and metal containers, as well as waste paper recycling and trading. Collaborating recyclers exceed 250. Statistics show that Juji crushes and processes up to 60,000 tons of abandoned vehicles and metal containers per year, and recycles 3,000 tons of waste paper per month. The operation process of the Juji Cleanup Environment Technology Corporation. When recycling metal containers and abandoned automobiles, vehicles will be dismantled manually in the following order: dismantling batteries, recycling refrigerants, removing steel rings, extracting fuel, and unloading the engine. Then the car shell is certified and moved to the crushing plant to be dropped into the pre-breaker by an excavator and transported to the crusher on a conveyor belt. At the same time, the materials are separated by a cyclone dust collector. Non-ferrous metal waste will be screened by the suspended magnetic separator, eddy current volting machine, and manual inspection conveyor belt to sort out the processed derivatives such as copper, aluminum, and plastics. These recyclables will be recycled. The shredded iron will be handled by a steel mill factory. For waste paper recycling, Juji Cleanup Environment Technology Corporation has large manual sorting platforms for sorting paper. After manual sorting, the waste paper is moved to a fixed auto packaging machine for forming and sent to the paper factory for recycling. In the future, Sanjiao will continue to comply with environmental protection regulations, implement resource recycling, uphold the spirit of sustainable business, and stay persistent. We will improve our waste processing technology, reduce pollution caused by the process, and reduce the waste of energy and resources. Internal training will be held to promote environmental awareness and the education of management and employees, under the principle of what's taken from society should be given back to society. Sanjia will continue to participate in public welfare activities, care for the underprivileged, and inform the public of the importance of recycling. Lastly, we will improve our processing quality through research and innovation to satisfy our customers and make them our long-term partners.